Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Well, I can't believe I called in and I'm doing this. But anyways, I am in a very emotionally and financially abusive relationship. I've been with him for 18 years. We have a 9-year-old daughter, and I need out. And I start trying to figure out plans, and I will research this and research that, and then I'll put this in order, and then I become this paralyzed whirlpool of this is you know what I'm saying? Like, I could probably help other people, but my brain, and I'm just emotionally exhausted too, so I don't think that helps.
What happened, Jody? Something happened that said you said this is enough. What happened?
I think I have a blood clotting disorder,
okay.
And I had a blood clot at the beginning of the summer, a deep vein blood clot in my leg, and they are incredibly painful. Also potentially life-threatening. I've had a couple of ones. I had one in my pelvis after my pregnancy that came close to damaging my heart. I had some in my lungs, things like that. So it's a really serious thing. And I am sitting on the recliner, and he comes home from work and starts screaming at me to get off my lazy butt, that I'm on his chair, and blah, 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 blah. And I mean, that's just one example. And I mean, my daughter and I are both staring at him, and I said, I don't know why you think you can talk to me like this. And I mean, it's a big deal. Yeah. My blood clot is a big deal. And I've been done before, and then things happened, and I allowed my plans to become derailed and everything like that. And so
do me a favor right now, Jody.
Uh-huh.
Where is all of this in your body? Is it in your chest?
It is.
Okay. Take your fist and put it in your chest right now.
Uh-huh.
Take a humongous deep breath, real big, and then exhale it out. Drop your shoulders as low as you can go. Pull them down, okay?
Okay.
And here's why we're doing this exercise. This is what happens inside your mind, too.
Yeah.
When you start researching stuff, isn't it? It spins faster and faster and faster and faster.
Yes.
And then it feels chaotic, and then your daughter comes in and says, hey, can you help me with my lunch tomorrow? And then you're off to the next thing, and this thing never resolves itself, and it just spins faster, and it gets heavier and heavier.
Yes.
The only way I've learned, and I'm like you, I get pretty emotional, got a heart. I don't have anything like what you're dealing with at home, but when I get emotional, I spin and I go faster and faster and faster. And the only way I have learned to be able to walk through those things is with other people.
I have been gathering my friends and family. I've kind of explained where I'm at.
But listen to me. You're doing a lot of, you're using other people, and you're using your internet searches as Xanax.
Yes.
You need to find somebody.
I want a practical plan.
You need to sit with a lawyer that you are paying, that you are on the clock with, because that will force you to laser in and say, what do you want to do next? Otherwise, you just have a bunch of people that you talk to and talk to and talk to and talk to and talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got to have a gang. You got to have people that will listen to you and that will sit with you and will show up with casseroles. But you need to have somebody who will say, here's what happens if you do A. Here's what happens with B.
Mm-hmm.
And someone that will walk you through step by step. Here is legally and practically what happens next.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And there'll be financial ramifications. There will be custody ramifications. There will be all sorts of ramifications.
Yeah.
But I want you to stop spinning and sit with somebody. And by the way, some attorneys aren't people of character, and they'll take your money. They'll let you spin all day long, and they'll just put you on the clock. Most of the ones I've ever met with care deeply about their clients, and they will say, okay, if you're hiring me to go to war, let's go to war.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, what's your next move?
I will, lawyer, retainer.
Okay.
I have a friend who said that she would help me get the money. I have no money. I have nothing in my name.
That's my next question
that's my fault.
What does this mean for you? Because you've got to eat.
Yes, and I met with an employment specialist.
Okay.
I had gotten a therapist and a psychiatrist because I was depressed, and I was undiagnosed ADHD for many years. And So, and
Tell me about your job. Tell me about your job.
Oh, she's so awesome. But this is why I need to go. This is taking its toll on her.
Okay.
And as he was sitting there yelling at me, I'm like, I don't want her to think that.
No, I'm sorry. Tell me about your job, not your child. Tell me about your job. What are you going to do for money?
I'm sorry.
If you leave, how are you going to eat and where are you going to live?
I told the employment specialist we're meeting next week to help me with my resume.
Okay.
And my heart is in the nonprofit world. However, I told them that my first priority is to make enough money for me to be able to live on my own and support my daughter.
There you go.
Have you ever done that before?
Lived on my own, yes.
Okay. Then you can do it again.
Kind of, as a student, yes.
Okay.
I know I can do this. That's the thing. Like, I know that I can do this. I keep tripping myself up. I know I'm worth more, and more than anything, and the reason I'm willing to accept help from my friends and families financially is that I owe my daughter more. And part of the reason that I've been also kind of not putting it off is I know he's going to make it so ugly, and I know he's going to drag her in it, but I tell myself he's already dragged her in it.
Yeah.
And I've allowed it. And in leaving him, I hope that means I'm not dragging her in it. I'm dragging her out of it. And if he continues to drag her in it, I will just have to do my best to.
So let's solve that. Let's solve that problem when we get there. Let's do the next right thing in front of us. And Jade's going to walk you through the 4 walls. But these are the things I want you to put on a list. I want you to sit down with a trusted friend or a couple friend that you trust, that you can walk through what this actually means, because these have to be real numbers. They can't be feelings and thoughts. They have to be real numbers. And I want you to sit with an attorney. And if you need to leave and go stay with somebody because your home's not safe, then do that right now, like today.
Physically, I'm safe. I am physically safe. I really do believe that.
Okay.
But not mentally.
Okay.
Yeah, when you make that leap and you walk out of this thing, the thing that you're going to have to focus on first is just making sure that you can pay for your shelter. Like, you've got to find a place that you can live, that you can afford. After that, it's utilities. After that, it's food. After that, it's transportation, because you need to be able to get to work and back. And so those 4 things, before you get off the line today, we're going to get you set up with EveryDollar and totally for free, so that you can use that. You can start budgeting. You can start looking at what your life is going to look like financially. I think that you making this choice, I know you said you were worried about dragging your daughter through it, but she's also going to see something really great of a woman who says, I'm not going to be treated like this, and I get to decide. And she's going to take that and carry that with her, and it's going to mean a lot for her. So, tough stuff. Good job, John.
We're blessed. We're praying for you.
Create your free EveryDollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.